Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for another one of our KIPS course highlights. Today we're going to talk about chemistry. You are here with me. I'm Katie Pakkebier. I'm a science teacher here at Keystone, and specifically I teach chemistry. So this is a topic that I'm really excited to share with you. So we're going to talk about chemistry. Here at Keystone we offer a couple different options for chemistry. So you have your general chemistry with a virtual lab. You have chemistry honors with a virtual lab. We have some credit recovery courses and as well as chemistry print. We also have chemistry with a wet lab, which is a little bit more hands-on. You'd be doing the labs with materials yourself. You do still have to do a couple physical labs in the virtual lab sections, but they're fewer than if you did the wet lab section. Generally, we're just going to focus on a general typical chemistry course. These are full year courses and they're broken up into 2 different semesters. You can take them by semester. So we have semester 1, these are the topics that you'll go through, and then there will be a semester test at the end. And then semester 2, again, you'll go through these topics and there will be a semester test when it's all finished. So for a typical semester 1, it kind of looks like this. You have the study of chemistry, atomic structure, the periodic table, chemical bonding, chemical reactions, and stoichiometry. So like the basic building blocks of chemistry. And then in semester 2, you get into states of matter, solutions, acids and bases, chemical thermodynamics, reaction rates and equilibrium, electrochemistry, organic chemistry, and nuclear chemistry. So you get a little more specialized here. And again, you'll have a semester test at the end. What I would like to look at today is one of the virtual labs that you can see in this course. A lot of people wonder, how can you do labs in an online course in a virtual setting? And I'll show you what that looks like. I would also like to show you kind of what the site looks like, maybe if you have or haven't taken a course with us before. That way you can see kind of what the course page looks like. So coming here, this is the landing page. This is kind of the home page. You've got your announcements here that'll share any important updates. If there's been a change to the course or if there's an issue with something, you'll see updates here. You can also check your grades, you can check your progress, all of that can be accessed from the landing page. And most importantly, there's the content. So you can either get to the content down here on the left side, you can go through each unit, or you can come up and click content in the top here. And then it will list out all of the different units, and when you click on them, it'll open up the units into the different lessons. So we're going to look at the one of the virtual labs today for types of reactions. So this is in lesson 5.08. And each lesson is kind of broken down into several different parts. So you have your introduction that'll go over kind of the topics that you need to know for this particular lesson. Usually there's multiple pages, so you just would navigate through the pages using this down here, or there's some arrows at the top you can use just to click through. And this is what all of the lessons kind of look like. You'll get some text that will explain the information that you need to know for this particular section in this lab. And then you click through, you can take notes as you go. There's usually very helpful pictures. Sometimes there's things you can click on. Like in this particular case, you've got this image. You can actually click and see what the material is. So this is a wire of copper. And then if you're wondering what the solution it's in, you click and it's in silver nitrate. And you can do the same thing over here. So there's a little bit of interactivity with these lessons as well. But we're going to go and take a look at the actual lab here to show you what a virtual lab kind of looks like. The labs are almost always in the investigation section. So if there's the introduction and then there's the lesson with the information, then the lab itself will be in the investigation. So we're going to click over and we're going to take a look at some different types of chemical reactions. So this is what a virtual lab would look like, and you've got instructions off to the side. Move the magnesium strip to the flame. So you come over here, if you put your mouse over it, you can see a text box. It kind of gets cut off, but it pops up and lets you know what it is. So this is our magnesium strip here. So we click and hold and we take it and we put it over the fire. and then we would record what happens. So you would write your observations down in this particular lab assignment. And if you missed it, if you didn't quite get it, you can always hit the reset button and do it again and take a look. So you would describe what's happening. What do you see happening when this reaction is taking place? So this would be one part of the lab, and then you keep clicking through the pages and you can see there's more. So then the directions are still off to the side. So you would move one solid, zinc, copper, or aluminum, to the test tube. So let's do copper. So I got copper wire, I've moved it over to the test tube. Move one solution to the test tube. Let's do this one. Put some drops in there, it makes some fun noises. And then record your observation. So you might have to let it sit for a bit. And I see it looks like there's something forming on the outside of the copper wire. So I would record that in my notes and in my assignments. So, and then I would try it with all of the different compounds. I just hit reset when I'm ready to try it with something else. And we keep going from there. And sometimes nothing might happen. That's not the case here. Something clearly happened. But sometimes nothing might happen, and that's a perfectly valid result. So this is an example of what a virtual lab would look like. And it can continue to get even more complex from there. But I won't show you the last piece so that you have something that you can explore for yourself when you eventually get to this lab, hopefully. So that's an example of a virtual lab you might see. Thank you so much. I really hope I get to see you in chemistry sometime in the future. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you're interested in looking at more courses, we have our full course catalog listed on our website at www.thekeystoneschool.com. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day.